Today, towards the last quarter of 2019, FarmKonnect Nigeria revealed its plan to pioneer an agricultural extension service center in Nigeria, and it was planned to be founded in Ibadan, Oyo State. Today, you are in Ramat's house. That name, Rahmat, means mercy, and that's my mother's name, my biological mother of blessed memory. She slept in November last year. The project aims to promote the practice of precision agriculture and climate smart farming, which is in line with the company's mission to drive food security and nutrition through real estate of modern technologies and methodologies. The crafting of this mission statement could only have been inspired by a deep consciousness of how the big data is revolutionizing the world economy. The impact of the big data is no longer limited to the ICT industry. Other areas of economy such as health, agriculture, tourism, trade and commerce, education, and even government have found it inevitable to thrive on big data. The center is part of the concerted effort of FarmKonnect to revolutionize the Africa's agricultural system leveraging on modern technology and big data. However, beyond the application of data to drive greater agricultural productivity and profitability, there is a need to increase digital learning in the continent. Africa's backward position in data economy, according to the World Economic Forum, can be traced to the limited number of data schools in the continent, as well as the failure of most of the existing universities and institutions of learning to design new curricula suitable to the new world order. The incumbent mission to meet Africa's challenge in data in the world spurs the conception of FarmKonnect Institute of Data and Agribusiness Studies, FIDAS. FIDAS aims to provide technical support for business and helping young entrepreneurs, emerging business leaders and professionals to understand the value and scope of data science and data analytics in modern economy, with a keen focus on agriculture, trade, character development, and commerce. I want to emphasize the need to build character. One of the reasons farmers fail is their character. And maybe when I get to the triangle of agribusiness studies, I will emphasize a bit on that. The vision of FIDAS is to build a network of stakeholders in the agribusiness ecosystem with utmost clarity of purpose. And I repeat, utmost clarity and of purpose. I've talked to a lot of farmers, then at the end of it, you actually wonder why maybe you will not say you understand why bank will not give farmers money. Because there's kind of no clarity. What do you want to do? What are your numbers? What are your systems? I mean, these are things that we need to take care of. The mission is to produce a generation of smart farmers who are data conscious and can make data-driven decisions in their respective endeavors along various value chains. We hold the philosophy that if we do not develop various values, if we do not develop and empower our youths, foreigners will take their opportunities and they won't be creating jobs. Let me say, robots will do their jobs. And we will be enslaved with a hungry belly. Therefore, the objective of FIDAS are as follows: to contribute to quality and data-driven workforce in Africa, to upscale consciousness and application of the big data in Africa's economy, especially agriculture, to promote precision agriculture on the continent, to positively change the digital data stories of Africa, and position the continent to transition to new path in data economy, to promote goal 4 of the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations in Africa. So is this market actually viable? I mean, you might be asking the question. I have someone who asked me several times, Nigeria, what are you talking about? Data. How many people are actually educated at their farming? Maybe towards the end of this presentation, when I get to credit, you see young ladies and gentlemen who are agriculturists. And everything that you might have seen, nobody has stepped on the farm of FarmKonnect and come back and tell me what you're just wasting our time. And these are done by the hands of those youths. I want to implore us to please put our phone on silence, perhaps migration, so that we will not distract others. I really appreciate your cooperation. Thank you very much. The world data economy and the Africa's food and agribusiness economy are projected to hit $13 trillion United States dollars and $1 trillion United States dollars by 2030. The big data sector, which includes the ICT, is now described as the new oil of the world, which extends a sudden and growing data rush. The untapped status of Africa in terms of production of data and data science leaves much opportunity for feeders to create significant value in the continent. As the data science landscape continues to expand exponentially, organizations and institutions are gradually realizing the value of adopting evidence-based business practices. There is a need for capable African data scientists who understand the context in which business challenges will need to be solved. By promoting data science and skill development in this area, and data-driven thinking through Africa, feeders will position Africa to overcome its challenges and transition to new paths in data economy. And this will extend to the agricultural sector, which is of course vital to the peace and tranquility of Africa. One thing I keep saying is this: we may all be complaining about security or everything. It's like a circle. The hungrier we become, the more insecure we become, and then the higher the security, then the less farming we can do, then the hungrier we become, and then the more insecure we become. So it's like a rolling tire. So while we might be using arms, I have served in the military for a while, and I know that weapons, bullets can never bring peace. And while we might engage to curtail security challenges, we must also do things that are incidental towards promoting our peace. And one of it is looking at our economy and the fundamental need of every creature, whether human being or plant or microbe, is food. If you cannot provide food, the scarcity will aggravate situation that there will be conflict. Conflict will grow into war. Let me say a bit about triangle of agribusiness success. It is important for us to understand the future where the food ecosystem is governed by private sector and there is proliferation of various agricultural services, systems, and structure that will facilitate the success of the agricultural sector. While we may be optimistic and happy about the supposed agri-tech companies springing up, my fears include their long-term plans, sustainability plan, and of course, the depth of their preparedness for the boom. In a region where we have a standard copy and paste mentality to business models, we must endeavor to intervene and redirect the passion and energies of our youth towards nation-building oriented businesses. At FarmKonnect, from our experience, we have developed a triangle of agribusiness success, and I'll be talking a bit on that. We believe that there are 3 prerequisites to succeeding in agribusiness sector. On the base of the triangle, we have placed competence as a critical factor to succeeding in agribusiness. And this includes, but not limited to, skill set, knowledge, systems, structure, technology, and what we hardly always talk about, methodology. Adjacent to competence is finance, which is one major challenge in the agricultural sector. Now, I want to ask a question. There's no prejudice in my heart saying this. I said, do we want to talk to commercial banks that are skeptical about investing in agriculture? The Apex Bank, CBN, that we take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years to process AXMIs, CACs, and all those things. You keep going and coming back without prejudice also, but it's the fact. So I ask, do you want to get loan from bank without even understanding how money works, or even knowing how to develop bankable proposals and plans? You cannot get money from emotion. If you like, jump from Cocoa House. Nobody will give you money. You have to meet the criteria. Otherwise, it's going to end up in English. And I always say when you are speaking long English, there is no money. Do we have sufficient financial intelligence and financial discipline to enable us to succeed or access finance and effectively utilize the scarce financial resources? Are we exposed to the benefits of the alternative finance? I know a representative of Jai's Bank are here, which includes Islamic banking. I also have a representative of Sterling Bank, non-interest banking. Do the Islamic bankers even understand their superior advantage in agri-sector financing? We have even jettisoned cooperative finance. I always make reference to Ministry of Defense, Agricultural Cooperative Society that don't invest in agriculture and they are investing in real estate and hospitality. So it shows how we value agriculture. So to solve the problem, we set up diverse programs like AFID with conservative potential of up to 100 billion naira per annum in cooperative models. We are working on Ghana stock with potential to raise up to 20 trillion naira per annum, an opportunity for diaspora funding. We have what we call, of course, our symbol, agricultural real estate. We call it AGR.
with potential exceeding 60 billion naira per annum. We need to build men and women who understand the process, value chain, and of course the business of agriculture, and not people who just understand the process of planting and harvesting alone. Competence and money in the hands of the unwise is a disaster. Therefore, there is the need to develop great minds for the sector. Accordingly, at the peak of the triangle, we placed character. The psychology of the farmer is critical to the success of agribusiness. It is high time we developed young men and women who are tenacious, who are dogged, who are laser-focused, who are humane, and most importantly, no matter, you should be patriotic. You may not like your country. Sometimes when I talk about patriotism, my heart beats for myself, if my country is loyal to me. But every time I had been out of the country, and I've been privileged to travel to over 27 countries, very little, across Europe, Asia, and Americas, people tend to be patriotic towards their country. So we need to raise entrepreneurs that are actually patriotic, who think about nation building. Maybe that's my orientation because of my background in the military, or because of the family I came out from. Farmers who understand the needs of their plants and animals are willing to protect them. Those that treat agriculture as primary. Everybody say, I'm a farmer, I'm a farmer. Farmer, if agriculture is, if your agriculture is secondary, you are a gardener. You are not a farmer. You are a gardener. So you say, I have a garden, even if it's 10,000 hectares. So people who treat agriculture as primary and not as secondary engagement. The farmers that are system thinkers and not money chasers. The farmers' character has made financiers skeptical about investing into agriculture, and this has to change. Therefore, we established feeders with a view to raising more young agripreneurs that will change the space of Africa's agriculture. Today, we are here to inaugurate Africa's first precision farming data center, tagged Fagex, meaning FarmKonnect Agricultural Electronic Extension Service Center. To emphasize this space-setting step, it is important to note that countries like South Africa and Kenya have a high level of IT penetration into agriculture. But as of today that I'm standing, maybe in the next 1 minute it may change, there is no one-stop shop for precision farming on African soil and the Mediterranean. And I thank God that some Mediterraneans are here. I am not privy to any of such setup in Americas and Europe as well. The setup inspired by the Nigerian Navy's Falcon Eye over-the-horizon surveillance system for shipping will not only serve the farms of FarmKonnect, but will make precision farming more accessible and affordable to farmers anywhere on African soil. The facility will partner technology hubs from the Netherlands, India, United States of America, United Kingdom, China, Russia, Sweden, and Nigeria, towards the provision of data-driven solutions for farmers. We are willing to replicate the center where necessary, but there is really no need. We can operate anywhere on African soil based on the satellite system and sensors. Fagex will create over 700 jobs in Nigeria alone. Raising youngsters to become agricultural giants will be impossible without having institutes that will instill character alongside knowledge and experience, as well as business mindedness in youth venturing into the sector. No one wants to put money in the hands of the ignorant or the naive. Feeders aims to raise more African youth who are smarter, more tenacious farmers than Azeez Oluwole. Feeders aims at training modern farmers and positioning them to attract finance to their various agricultural systems, while they also form a community of alumni who operate a self-sustaining international agricultural ecosystem. Feeders will also engage in primary and secondary agricultural research and data gathering along the various levels of different value chains, with a view to helping farmers on any level of any value chain make actionable agricultural decisions. Fagex and feeders constitute the data center that is being inaugurated today. It comprises the state-of-the-art teaching aid that conforms with global standard. Please permit me to help myself a bit. I'm a bit under the weather. Some of the available facilities include 30-man classroom, Abeni, 30-man classroom, Abebi. 30-man classroom, Anyike. 60-man auditorium, Ashake. 100-man auditorium, Ashakun. 20-man computer training room, Aroki. 51-man capacity data collection and analysis center, Ashani, and this is where we are. Now, there are two things behind the names. First of all, when we go abroad, like Turkey and all these countries, when we get there, they ensure that after taking any energy or technology, any knowledge or technology from them, we also go with a bit of their culture. If you see my popular picture, I like to wear the Abeti Aja. They say, why don't you use the one that is sued? I say, I'm not a banker. I'm a farmer. So I like to appear like one. We need to systematically put our culture in the mind of our people and the people that come also. So we decided to use Yoruba names. Now when they come to Yoruba land, they know that this is Yoruba. And on every room we explain it. What is the meaning of this name? So it's not that, because Yoruba are deliberate in naming their children. That's one. Then all the names are female names because we believe that every human life was nurtured in the womb. So women are incubators of destinies, and they are the ones that unleash every greatness in everybody. And that's the reason we have done this. Coincidentally, the names of the women are some of the women in my life. Even my office is named Ashabi. That's the name of my wife. So, and each of them have played one important role or another in grooming this young man standing in front of you. Fagex will be supported by the detachable squadrons of 2 to 3 vehicles, which are a mobile laboratory and equipment platform for transport of drones and testing equipment to farms. If authorized by the government, the 3rd vehicle will convey armed personnel. We are in quiet talk with the NSCDC, the Agro-Ranger department, whether we can collaborate and provide service, intervention service for, in case of problems on the farm. You know, one day I was privileged to see the organization, and I met with one of their heads in Osun State, an Agro-Ranger who are armed so that they can, if there is a problem, they can quickly get to the place. And when I look at it, okay, they don't even have a car, some of them don't even have good cars, but they have the weapon. We can provide the car, we can provide the GPS tools, and we can coordinate them. I did this in the Navy for several months, and right in my office in Bayelsa, I could vector ship even from Lagos to Calabar to intervene. So we could do that. So this is a potential powerhouse to even provide agricultural security. Now I count it a great honor to have my colleague in the military, who was also a member of the Special Forces and retired, Lieutenant Commander Chikeziri Bertrand. He is the CEO and founder of Guardian Angel, and he's founded the first agricultural security outfit in Nigeria. He's currently in discussion with the NSCDC. I don't know how advanced that had gone, and we hope that if we have good support and from them and political will, this may become one of the things that we can use to mitigate dangers on the farm. I want to also say it's a privilege to have him here because he's an international consultant to the United Nations on maritime safety. Maritime safety. Maritime law enforcement. Sorry, I failed English several times. So how will Fagex get data? I'm just 1/3 of the document, of the presentation now. It will be so boring. Thank you for your patience. The Fagex will utilize diverse technology to provide real-time or near real-time farming data utilizing various data gathering tools. The facility is equipped with the following. We're going to have on-site sensors. These vary from simple sensors to multi-parameter sensors that can monitor important parameters from the farm. They can also be deployed in our storage and transport facilities. They will send data to the cloud from where it can be remotely accessed and analyzed here using various software. Some of our sensors include Zenvo Smart, which was developed by a Nigerian, Professor Ndubisi Ekekwe, and his team. Then, of course, FarmKonnect sensors as well, multi-parameter sensors from FarmKonnect, and many more. We also have GPS tracking devices. This is important to track the movement of our supply to ensure that they are delivered on time and to the right location. Our specially designed GPS system is able to monitor real-time location and activities of our trailers and trucks. Personal locator beacon. I am not going to be displaying anything concerning this because it's in different variety. So, and a lot of people are looking at this on the internet. So you don't even know who is behind the screen. But as kidnapping and molestation is increasing in the area, we are now setting up various personal beacons. I will not want to specify for security reasons, which can transmit the real-time location of farmers. The data could be transmitted to the security agencies to vector them for intervention. This will bridge a big gap in the farm security provided we have effectors. What we mean effectors are people like NSCDC or other armed organizations who may want to spring into action. I'm calling NSCDC because of the agro-ranger aspect, rather than calling police. We also have electro-optic system. The use of site-based or drone-based cameras may assist in providing visuals from the farm. The visual may be deployed for various uses such as the normalized difference vegetation index, usually called NDVI, and of course, behavioral indices of animals. Most of the time when you see solution there, we're always talking about crop. And I started with animals. We also have thermal imagery, which we utilize cameras, which are thermal cameras. You might see some of them outside after the tour, to monitor activities including the invasion of herders at night, where visuals may not be effective. Satellite imagery. The use of satellite enables us to access data from even more remote locations regarding our crops and animals. In case of large ruminants, the satellite will also be used for weather information and analysis. We can also conduct on-site tests. Another important source of data will be through real testing on the site. FarmKonnect has vehicle-borne kits for soil sample collection, for instant soil testing, and reagents for water analysis and fertilizer analysis. So I will show some videos about what solution Fagex is bringing. Okay, go back. Go back. I don't think it's aligned anymore. Go back. Go back entirely, please. No. Now, Directory of Farms. Directory of Farms is a database of players in the food industry. The aim is to connect service providers to those that require their services, while we are also building data. We also have what we call Agri-Verified. Agri-Verified from the word agriculture and to vend, to sell. Agri-Verified seeks to connect the farmers to off-taker based on projection. Now, we have seen a lot of platforms that say sell your things, but we need to connect the sales or the sale process to the farming process. So as the person is planting 10 hectares of cassava, you know that he's getting this yield in January. So the people that are going to buy already know that by January he's having. So they are not going to wait till he has it and they're saying, okay, I have 10 tons, come and buy. No, they know that he will have 10 tons. And then they can reach out to him. They can even have power to toggle how he produces it. Like, okay, make it like this, make it like that. And then, of course, to secure the finance, we have to have the bank and the fintech on the chain. So they connect all of the users, and there will be logistic guys attached. So meaning that I can actually make an order from a farmer without seeing the farmer, and the logistic guy picks it from him and gets it to me. So another one is Agri-Verified. Agri-Verified is a brainchild of Victoria Madebo. Agri-Verified is building an integrity ecosystem for agriculture in Africa to provide decision-making information to tertiary institutions, investors, insurers, financial institutions, monitoring and evaluation firms, government intervention, innovators, input suppliers, and small, medium-scale enterprises. Agri-Verified will foster intracontinental trade and attract foreign direct investment, promote integrity and transparency that create access to even carbon credit finance. It will facilitate efficient access to farm inputs and raw materials, innovation, research, and development at reduced cost. A platform for the integration of SME into the economy and accelerate empowerment in various aspects of production, which are involved in agricultural value chain. One of the things that inspired me is the story of people who have succeeded in agriculture. So it is important for us to also tell the story. I always remember that some of the successes I attained in life, some of them were inspired by some little stories I heard at the age of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. AgTV is another thing we are doing. To inspire the youth, we make the successful agripreneurs tell their story. So we use visuals, since visuals are more effective than audio systems alone. AgTV will facilitate documentaries of successful farmers with the aim of inspiring enthusiasts. We will be investing in agriculture-focused movies. We've written a script, Avocado Kid. We have another one on herders, farmers clash. I actually wrote the Avocado Kid. And we have the one from one of my colleagues, Yemi Prodigy, is the one in charge of media today. He wrote two scripts already. We'll be releasing them with time. And all the music you have been seeing actually were done in-house. Every face you see there are FarmKonnectors. Another thing is anti-kidnap. With the solution of our very own Nigeria-owned Robotics and Artificial Intelligence Nigeria, RAIN, we may be able to mitigate the risk of kidnap on the farms and perhaps enable kidnap insurance. Lead way. I hope they will consider us. Weather information. With our partnership with Ignitia, which is the world's most accurate weather analysis platform on tautology, we will get weather information to farmers. Please permit me to show you.
We're going to have to feed a population of 9 billion people by 2050. With dwindling resources, we need to do more with less. By knowing what the weather is going to be with our unique weather forecast for the tropics, we are then able to help farmers to double their yields. Farmers get a daily text message that tells them how the weather is going to be that day and the next day.
Our team of scientists has spent the last 8 years developing a weather forecasting model for the tropics that is twice as reliable as the traditional global models. Because we developed the algorithm specifically to forecast tropical weather patterns, we can better predict and estimate the location and timing of tropical thunderstorms with an unprecedented reliability. Through ISCA, we send GPS-specific forecasts to farmers in West Africa via SMS.
The best 4 to 5 years ni ye bedoye say ye do a machine no egi 1 acre 90 Ghana cedi. 5 acres no nsuo kasi bi ebetoye e ma yesika nyina meko ina itosi nyina akoye nti se a metine fie me basu omuko school nti ama omuko school bio this is here yesen mi message no this here menye sika last year I harvest here no enya sika bebre ama sisi ya me ba omutine fie no omuko school.
Let me draw your attention to an incident in 2020. We did not make any open field plantation that required and that depended on rain. A lot of people that did it wept. We were aware. We focused on our greenhouse and we had tomato all year until the 31st of December. Weather helps you. You need to know what the weather is saying. We all believe in praying for rain and for sun to shine. Well, I think it's a system God has created and it doesn't always alter his systems. Agricultural aviation. Drones may be expensive, but they save the farmers a lot of money in operation. As a matter of fact, I say every minute a drone is airborne is 18 man-hour. It is expedient to start developing human capacities in this field. Do you have the video for the drone? I'll be talking about Gona stock while they're preparing for that. Just as Forex is liquefied and you could trade on electronic platform, we are almost done with the blockchain system for trading commodity without even seeing it. Gona stock will also facilitate the building of agricultural investment ecosystem where youth can be trained, inducted, financed, monitored, and mentored to success. It is a potential 20 trillion naira per annum platform to attract diaspora funding, even into local agriculture. One other thing that will happen is drone hailing. Since drone is expensive, we will Uberize drone. Okay, the video is going on. So please, you could show the video now. I'll pause for you. Thank you.
How can agricultural innovation be taken to the next level? A highly efficient, reliable, and intelligent tool is the key. This is the DJI Agris T16. The Agris T16 was designed from the ground up. It features 6 rotors, an RTK dual redundancy system, and an avionic redundancy system. It has a payload of up to 16 liters, a spray rate of up to 4.8 liters per minute, and 8 sprinklers work perfectly with the downward airflow, resulting in an impressive spraying effect. It has a spray width of 6.5 meters, which can cover an area of 10 hectares per hour. The multi-aircraft control mode functions with the FPV camera as well as an HD video transmission system with a range of up to 3 kilometers, ensuring flight safety and boosting spraying efficiency. Thanks to the all-new modular design of the T16, both the spray tank and batteries are easily swappable, which significantly improves operational efficiency. Its core module has a rating of IP67, making it easy for maintenance. The foldable aircraft arms are convenient for storage and transportation. A new battery management system and a 2600-watt 4-channel intelligent battery charger increase charging cycles by 100%. When flying in complex farmland environments, the onboard DBF imaging radar empowers the aircraft to fly over varying terrain intelligently. When encountering an obstacle, the T16 detects the obstacle's orientation and the distance to it, automatically planning a flight path to circumvent the obstacle. Pilots can view the live video feed and adjusted route on their remote controller. After circumventing the obstacle, the T16 will automatically resume spraying. To target unevenly distributed fruit trees and varying heights, the T16 comes equipped with intelligent solutions. With the Phantom 4 RTK, users can perform centimeter-level scanning of the orchard. Then, DJI Terra conducts 3D mapping of the scanned area. With its AI technology, Terra can also generate 3D flight paths for more efficient planning. With the help of the RTK centimeter-level positioning system, the T16 is capable of flying precisely along flight paths while accurately adjusting its spray rate according to tree distribution, reducing the pesticide dosage. The DJI Agris T16 delivers more efficient, reliable, and intelligent solutions, pushing the boundaries of crop protection. It lifts agricultural efficiency to new heights, opening more possibilities for the future of agriculture.
Thank you for that video. It's one of the drones that we are deploying. So I was talking about drone hailing. Please, could you get me back on the slide? Thank you. Since drone is expensive, we will be Uberizing it. So James can buy us drone while we train Kayode as pilots, and we can deploy it on Femi's farm. And we can monitor all our drones anywhere in the world. So we have a drone desk there. So when the drone takes off, once you put it on, we get an alert. So even if it is in Kaduna, it's in Addis Ababa, it's in Cape Town, we know. So when the drone goes up, we are seeing what you're doing. It also has its own black box. So even if it crashes, we know. Now, the amazing thing is this. I went to survey our land in the 1,000 hectares. I just parked behind the Hilux. I was charging the other batteries. You land the drone, you can do something else entirely. When the battery goes, I set it at 24%. When it goes to 24%, it will find itself back in the spot it took off. Put the battery again, it goes to where it stopped and continues. Now, do you know what that means? When you have to get 18 people to work 1 hour to do the same work this will do in 1 minute. But it's expensive to start. So we are setting up a system that allows us to Uberize it. So therefore, with the aid of the detachments, the vehicles you're going to see outside, they are detachment. We can get drones to the farm in any of our catchment areas within few hours. We currently have various drones for area mapping, 3D, NDVI, surveillance, early warning, survey, crop protection, plant count, spraying of chemical, and heat mapping. We have designed and currently building our multi-functional helicopter drone, which has endurance of up to 2.5 hours. It's actually hybrid. And we also are designing a fixed-wing drone with endurance of up to 4 hours. The drone hailing services will provide opportunities for interested investors to buy us various drones for periodic remuneration. We will deploy the mobile detachment and drones to all parts of the country, and perhaps across the border, because we're actually working on a project in Liberia, and most likely before the end of this year, we'll start something with Rwanda. Security coordination. With GPS systems and satellite-based communication, we hold the potential, if permitted by the government, to provide classified farm security information and also vector as well as coordinate security agencies to intervene in farmer-herders clashes and kidnap attempts on the farm. The project structure is ongoing and may operate except we do not get, may not operate except we get such authority. When we're talking about logistics, it's one thing to track your truck, it's one thing to track the product itself. So our product will be utilizing Zenvus Loci, where you will monitor the movement of the truck and the product. The moment one detaches from the other, you know there is a problem. The moment they start moving in divergent direction, you know that they are moving, unless we have confirmed that there has been delivery. This helps us to know when there is accident, when there is a delay on the way, because imagine we are carrying a ton of tomato, and maybe you're carrying other thing, and there's a ton of tomato on the same vehicle, and everything stops in a place. You know. If someone picks maybe 5 kg or 10 kg of that tomato and ran out of the truck, you see the way the tomato is moving with him. So these are things. They are disposable and very cheap. As a matter of fact, it's the cheapest tracker on planet. It was developed by a Nigerian, Professor Undubisi Kwekwe. We also need to do farm-to-fork management. One of the reasons our produce do not cross the border is because we cannot even provide detailed accountability of the production process. Imagine the cow that we are killing ourselves on. We can't even sell it outside the country. Why is Ethiopia doing it and we cannot do it? So farm-to-fork will begin to end gradually by the time we deploy some of our solutions to help people monitor their processes. I will be ending this phase with the cooperative farming management. With the Fagex, we can now help cooperative farmers, anchor borrowers, outgrowers, and company monitor their farm efficiency, support their warehousing, cold storage, transportation, and delivery to their customers. The most interesting part of the setup is the ability to access some of these solutions at more affordable rates, up to 90% reduction in cost. It's my great honor and privilege to announce the arrival of the Director General of your state's agribusiness development of Dr. Debo Akonde. You're very much welcome, sir. So banks, cooperatives, insurance companies. When we're talking to an insurance company, I won't mention the name. They said there is no index for tomato, of course. By the time you start having data, people will start doing index yield for tomato. Maybe in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We will give you data. You will get from the greenhouse, you will get from irrigated farmland, you will get. By the time we start gathering that, and there is yield index, people will be encouraged to do vegetable. Very important. And government agencies can also utilize Fagex to minimize their risk and ensure accurate data to enhance their operational efficiency. So I may ask, what are the opportunities that are here as I round up this presentation? We have developed strong capacity and partnership to handle large projects and finance. As earlier mentioned, projects such as Egbeja Snail Village in Ekiti State, which requires about 7 billion naira, on 19th of January 2021, the executive governor of Ekiti State, in the person of His Excellency Dr. John Kayode Fayemi, inaugurated our snail project. it utilizes the vertical farming method, which means that for every 1,000 square meters of the snail farm, you can produce what you would have done on 20,000 square meters. If you look at the vertical net, that's me when I was training in Cyprus. Those vertical nets are like lifting the soil and making it stand upright. So you have 20 times capacity. And then the 7,000 square meters that we inaugurated is equivalent to 140,000 square meters of snail village. Well, the target is to hit 100,000 square meters, and that will help us to produce about 2.6 million kilograms of snail every year. That's a trade volume of about 7 billion naira on the trade of snail. Now, there's something amazing. The snail, when you eat snail, you love the meat, you throw the shell away, and you use alum to wash one slippery thing off it. That slippery thing is the most expensive component of the snail. Now, I want to tell you that every snail, if a snail is 1 naira, that slippery thing you wash away is 1 naira 50 kobo. And they call it slime. Every woman that you see having glittering skin, using cream, has investment in snail slime, because it's a critical component in cosmetic, and of course, you also use in pharmaceuticals. When this gets to the full capacity in production, we will be able to produce up to 400 tons of slime. That is in excess trade, international trade, in excess of 18 billion naira for every production cycle of 12 months. Another project is our Wave City in Osun. Now, this is an area picture of some of the part of the farm. It's a 509-hectare farm in Osun State, where we do controlled farming system. We have different technology that we have tried. We have the Jordanian technology, we have the Israeli technology, we have the Dutch technology, we have Chinese, actually not Chinese because it was designed by me, but I built it in China because of efficiency. All the ones I built in Nigeria, they were collapsing. So I had to do it in China. And then we have the ones that came from India as well. It's actually a 16 billion naira project, which is expected to hit its peak by the year 2023. And it will create about 4,000 jobs. It will produce about 120,000 metric tons of vegetable every year. Another project that we are on, okay, I would say that in Oyo State, we will start by investing a small token. We are talking to investors. It may be in excess of about 4 billion naira. On our 6,000-hectare land in Oyo State, towards the production of sesame and soybean, as well as engagement of more youth. We always want to do projects that also tells on the populace, so that we can at least contribute our bit to security. Remember, agriculture is peace. I am privileged to inform the beautiful audience that Jaiz Bank has stood out in the support of our business. FarmKonnect and Jaiz Bank are discussing towards investing about 1.4 billion naira in Osun State to engage about 550 youths. Ekiti State is earnestly expressing us with another expansion of the snail project with about 3 billion naira. It's a great honor to have the Honorable Commissioner of Agriculture from Ekiti here today. This will also engage 750 youths. And apart from that, we will be engaging about 5,000 hectares of cassava production in Ekiti State. There is likelihood that Sterling Bank, non-interest bank window, may invest up to $1 million United States dollars in Wave City project in Osun State. We've been in discussion for a while, and we hope that this comes to fruition. Permit me to notify you that the need for cheaper funding and accountability has prompted FarmKonnect to be the first of its peer to become a public liability company. On 15th April 2021, with a view to making investment in agriculture more accessible to all and sundry, just in the same light as Okomu Oil and everything, we are now a PLC. Although we are not yet listing. I want to especially recognize the presence of my financial advisor, Mr. Chima Ochu from Sterling Capital Markets. Thank you very much. He's a man that I disturbed even in the midnight, 0402 10. Madam Ugochi Obi, thank you so much. She's my teacher. She's my thinking partner. And maybe, permit me to say, co-troublemakers. Thank you. These are people that had helped on this journey. It is pertinent to let you know that no bank, no government of any state, no politician whosoever has a dime in any of these projects. These are privately funded by patriotic Nigerians who believe in this project and, of course, in the brand. So this is an opportunity for financial institutions, cooperatives, government, and individuals of substance to tap into. Like I say, we may prefer the seemingly safer haven, okay? But one thing I can assure us is that we cannot eat concrete. We will not run on SIM card. Of course, I am sure that there's no technology to make us run on crude oil yet. So it is food. So I always say that it is high time we look towards deliberate and aggressive collaborative investment into the food security of the country. Food insecurity will lead to scarcity. Scarcity will breed conflict. Conflict is the father of war. We may build other sectors as safety nest, but if hunger takes away our security, the safety nest will be plundered. Think investment, think agriculture, think partner, think FarmKonnect. I am not going to end this presentation without giving credit to people who have made today successful and, of course, what you are in. Permit me to honor some of the members of the team that have made today possible. I hereby thank you all for being part of this program today. I want to thank Okpeyemi Samuel for modeling the detachment equipment platform. When you get downstairs, please, I want to request for my slide to show more. Don't take the slide off the screen again, please. I want us to see the faces of the people. So when we see them, they did all the work. The detachment vehicle you will see downstairs, one of them was actually done by a woman. You will see her. I told her to stay there so that she will use her mouth and explain what all she did. Please give me the slide. Please be patient with me. We are just a few minutes away from the close of this presentation. But I want to project the faces of the people. They put a lot of time into it. As at yesterday, around 10 p.m., Okpeyemi was still on the site. And it will not be fair for me to just run through that and ignore her. Olufadeju, you rehearsed for days for this. So I hereby want to thank Okpeyemi Samuel for modeling the detachment equipment platform. I want to thank my friend and my birthday mate, Tariq Amro, for modeling the mobile laboratory and office. This structure was designed by architect Iyanu Adisa, who worked alongside me to design this facility and supervise its restructuring. Well, the consoles were designed by me, but the installation was done by Ifeanyi Innocent. The hardware that we are using, some of the hardware, like the Zenvos, comes from USA by our own professor, Undubisi Ekekwe, and some were done by me and one or two of my IT team, which is FarmKonnect. Software and satellite systems are from Cropping, India, AgriSim, Netherlands, Profita, Netherlands. The video system behind the camera is from EO Cortex, Russia. The electrical and electronic system by Mr. Tosin Ogunshidi of Dafok. This is Nigeria. All furniture were custom designed by Azeez Oluwole, and logistics was coordinated by Larry Suarez. The sensors were tested and put to use by Mr. Oladayo Nubi. While key software and internet interfaces were developed by a team comprising Aziz Pelumi, Rianat Abbas, Olushola Olutayo, and this team was led by Ayomide Olufadeju. The same man is the one coordinating the media at the moment. Today's event was planned, organized by the team of Foyinsade Oyedele, Amit Salahu, Larry Suarez, and was led by Adejoke Adebambo that did the opening remarks. The credit of Fagex as an idea materializing today leveraged on the good effort of one of my colleagues, Mr. Ismail Ayotunde, and was assisted by our very friend, Mr. Mutiu Inyoda. Let me specially recognize Mr. Leke Balogun. We usually call him the FarmKonnect star boy. I don't know whether they have played his music. We should play the music so that we can see him. For giving us power. he's the one that did the security brief. He's in charge of safety. He's also the one in charge of power. I have some other people who have done greatly well. The persons of Clement Johnson, Sheun Ayinla, Felicia Omazi, Tola Amuson. These are the people that set up this place and decorated the place. And some special touches were given for inside and outside by our very own Eniola Mideji Nodu. Mr. Olayemi Faturoti, I want to thank him for, before him, thanks to Mr. Adebayo Peter. He's the one operating the slide, and I want to forget you again. Thanks for helping me with the slide, and I will end it by thanking Mr. Olayemi Faturoti for setting up and coordinating the media for the day. These are all farm connectors. These are youths doing amazing stuff. Let us build Nigeria. Let us cultivate Africa. Thank you all for your rapt attention and precious time.